Good morning, beautiful people. This is Anne-Christin from The Beauty of Now, and welcome to another Oracle Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well and had a good start into the day. Hello to everyone who's joining and jumping on. Also, just if you jump on right now, just wave or drop an emoticon so I know who is here. And thank you for taking the time. And whoever is going to join and watch later as well, please drop an emoticon that I know that you watch the replay later on. Yeah. And while I wait for more people to jump on, I'd just like to give you a little reminder that these oracle cards are just a little guidance. They give you a little nudge, they give you a little insight, they kind of like take you out of the thinking mind and say, oh, wait a second, oh, maybe this is true, or maybe I could look at it from this point of view. And they really kind of like are there to disrupt. So it's not that whatever is written on the card is going to be your future. You always have the power in your hands to change your trajectory. Yeah. So it's basically they're kind of like giving you hints sometimes of where you could be going if you weren't to change something. And sometimes they give you as well a viewpoint that you might have ignored, that you didn't want to look at, or maybe that you weren't aware and that you were not able to see in that moment. Yeah. So it's the power is always with you. So it's something nice and fun to have, but please, it's not to really like just hand over the responsibility and accountability to the cards. Yeah. You are a sovereign being and the power lies within you. And also the answers. You have the answers, just sometimes we're just either too worried, we are so disconnected that we can't hear it, can't see it. Yeah. And yes, also for the ones of you who are joining right now, please, if you do have a message for a certain area in your life, drop the question below and then I can just pull a card for you as well. So if there's anything concerning work, love life, relationships, whatever it may be, finances, just drop a question below and I will answer after the collective reading. And it's a new month as well, right? It's March, spring is just around the corner, and I'm kind of like curious as well to see how you're doing. If you'd like to drop and share a little bit how you're doing, if you also feel this upcoming energy that things just start moving again after a long winter in a way, then share that with me. And I'd like to invite you to just pause for a moment, maybe later today, and just take out a piece of paper and write down the achievements of your past month. Because oftentimes we're so cruel and harsh with ourselves and saying, I didn't get anything done and nothing has moved forward and it's already March. And then when we actually pause and take a moment to write down what we all achieved, the tiniest things as well, not only the big ones, also the tiny things, we suddenly see like, oh my gosh, I did get a lot of things done. I achieved a lot. And then take a moment to celebrate yourself. Yeah, do a celebratory dance, or have a piece of chocolate, enjoy that glass of wine, whatever it is for you to celebrate yourself, do it. Yeah, take a nice bath, go for a massage. These are things that I would do. Or just take the rest of the day off, or say, hey, tomorrow, if you have the possibility to do so, just say you're going to have a late start to celebrate yourself and just give yourself a little bit of peace and freedom and a slow start in the morning. So, with no further ado, I'm going to go into the cards. So these are the Angel Oracle cards that we're going to look at today. And the question for the collective basically is, what do we need to know for this first month, for this first week in March? With the spring around the corner, what do we need to be aware of? What do we need to know? Yes, so let's see. So what do we need to be aware of in this first week of March? Okay, a card fell already out. Feels something else might be coming. No, maybe not. No. It's just not moving anymore. So, that's interesting, especially if we talk about a new start. It's the Four of Air. And the Four of Air basically says it's time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. This is super interesting because, so the air suit is all about your intellect, okay? It's about ideas, it's about decision making, your mind, communication, struggles and concerns that you may have. So it's basically really saying it's all up here. And it says time to take a rest or take a vacation. So in a way, it's kind of asking yourself, even though it's a new month, kind of like goes to what I said earlier, like take a moment and write down the achievements of the past month. Just reflect what worked well, what didn't work so well. And but actually this goes even further and says take a rest and just stop thinking, stop worrying for a moment. And if you can, do something new, do something different to kind of like really break out of the routine and break out of the day-to-day where you've been stuck in for the past month or months, weeks. And just allow more time. Also, if something new is coming up, oftentimes with spring, for example, it's a new month, new ideas, new projects, new opportunities are coming in. Sometimes we just are so eager to take a decision. Oh my gosh, this sounds good. We're so enthusiastic with something new that has been brought to us that oftentimes we want to just jump in and make a decision right away. However, sometimes it is good to take a step back to say, okay, allow for me to review this, to feel into this. And that's what I do very often. If I have someone coming to me, pressuring me that I need to make a decision, I'm going to back off. I'm going to say, like, no, I'm not going to do a decision. I'm not going to buy this right now. I'm not going to say yes right now because I need to know. I want to connect with my body first, and I want to know what it feels like, if it's actually really a good decision for me to do. Yeah, a good program to join, a good partner to, let's say, collaborate with, or whatever it may be. Yeah. And but allow me to read you the deeper meaning as well. Yeah, but it's good to take a moment because sometimes as well, that's what I wanted to say as well. Sometimes there's maybe some information missing that we haven't received yet. Or because we are so much in the mind, we are out here, the information hasn't really sunk into the body. The information hasn't sunk into the heart, and it hasn't sunk into the gut to really connect with the other parts. We have science says we have three minds, right? We have the mind, the brain, we have the heart brain, and we even have the gut brain. And like your gut brain would be your intuition, for example. So especially if your head is so active, oftentimes there is a disconnection to the heart and to the gut, so we don't really hear. They might be telling and speaking to us, but we might not hear because the brain is just so loud. So it's always good to take a rest, distract yourself. Yeah, distract yourself, go meditate, go in the sun, sit, soak up the sun rays, go for a swim, go for a run, or whatever else feels good for you. Do that. Have a nap. Sometimes as well, that's one of the things. Have a nap. Just have a nap, sleep. And once you wake up, you might be actually in a better position to take a decision. And the deeper meaning of the card, Four of Air. I don't know if you've seen it before, but there's unicorns on it in the forest. And then the one in the center is actually sleeping, while the others are just waiting and observing. Yeah. So Four of Air, it's time to rest. Take a vacation or just create time to regroup and rejuvenate. Retreat from the world and any stress or concerns. If you've been ill, focus upon healing and don't rush back into action. You need some time alone. This situation requires significant reflection on your part. Meditation may provide the answers you seek if you've exhausted all intellectual possibilities for a solution. And then additional meanings are the need to get more sleep, think that's for me. Allowing more time before making a choice. And the end of a stressful period, feeling mentally exhausted. Yeah. So, like I said before, take a pause and reflect on how February went for you. If there was a lot of action going on, if there was a lot of mental activity going on, and then just give yourself some time. It doesn't have to be an entire week. Give yourself a day, maybe 2 days, to really say, hey, I'm going to take it slow. I will, whatever maybe situation is on your mind where you feel like you have to make a decision, you say like, no, for the next 2 days, I will not think about it. I will go revisit this topic. What's today, Wednesday? I will revisit this topic Saturday. Or maybe just say, if it's possible, hey, Monday next week. This week, I will stop looking at it. And then oftentimes, because especially if you try so much to find a solution and make a decision, oftentimes we are not connected with ourselves and we just don't find the answer. And once you just left it and then come back, suddenly it's like, oh, that's the solution. Or yeah, that's the decision I want to make. Why didn't I see this, feel this before? I don't know if some of you know it. If you've been, like in my family, it's quite common to do jigsaw puzzles. And sometimes you're just there and you don't find a piece. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's so many pieces, 1,000 pieces. How do I get this together? I don't see anything anymore. And then oftentimes you just go away. You leave it, you come back in the evening, and then suddenly like, oh, bam, 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 5 pieces just put in like that. And they were right in front of you all the time. So in our society, we are so connected with the mind and fast pacing, fast decision making, and it really, really is important to come back to the more yin part. Okay, not be so much yang. Do, decision fast, everything on the go, eating on the go, telephone conversations on the go. It's time to slow down and do take a rest, to fill your batteries, to fill your cup, to go more into the yin and to the stillness. And then listen again and you will be able to hear the decision. It's going to be so clear and it's going to be so strong that you're like, oh my gosh, of course, that's what I need to do. Yeah. I hope this message resonated with you. You were able to take away something. Yeah. That kind of like resonates with whatever is going on in your life. And like, since it's a collective reading, it can be different things. It can be that it might not be resonating with you right now, but maybe you feel like, oh my gosh, but I just spoke to my friend. I think my friend needs to hear this message. So please send this on over to your friend or tag your friend in the video. I will upload it on IGTV. And it might be as well that, like I said, this message doesn't resonate with you. Maybe last week's message resonated so much. It's a collective reading, which means not always everybody watching it directly will say, oh, this is for me. It might be just a tiny little part, and it might be that it entirely resonates. Yeah. So just take away whatever is really just rings true for you. And oh, wonderful. Thank you, Sylvia. Good to hear. You see, these cards are calling you at the moment. So beautiful messages, and most probably, like I said before, whatever message these cards give us, most of the time we have them already inside. We already know, and we already know that we, for example, need to take a break, that we need to rest, that we need to just maybe escape on a 1 or 2 day excursion, like sleep out somewhere in a cabin, for example, or just go to another country, another city, just to have a change of air. But then the question is if we are allowing us to take that break, to take that rest. So I wish you a wonderful day, beautiful people, and whatever resonated with you, please do drop a comment later in the comment box below when you watch the replay, and I look forward to seeing you very soon again. Sending you lots of love. Bye.